What's up, YouTube? Another big body Mercedes 118 scale. I got the 500SE, basically early generation 79 to 85 car, Euro spec. Let's take a look at it. Sealed headlight, you know, the whole thing. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So with my W116, now we're moved on to chassis W126, which they made different chassis codes for the coupe and the long wheelbase as well. So now we have the short wheelbase but with the big engine. Two-tone car with the tan interior. The only problem that I saw on this vehicle when I first got it was basically just the tint of the markers. Too dark. A little too dark. It is amber, but it's a little too dark. Other than that, the car's beautiful. So, just like when the 126 was designed, the one that we looked at previous, this car, they started thinking about designing this car when they introduced the W116 back in 72, 73. They started production on a successor, which would be this vehicle. Biggest thing they wanted to do is they looking towards the future, they wanted to increase efficiency, and this car was going to bring that forth. It was a flagship of the Mercedes line. But they did high-strength alloys that were lightened, and they also did a lot of composite materials like these plastic panels down here. Still staying with the corporate design theory, so like when you saw the E-Class car, the 190E and things like that, similar in shape. Better efficiency too in terms of aerodynamics. The car had a lot of aerodynamic studies. As a matter of fact, it took about 5 years to get this car to fruition in the late 70s. 1979, the car debuted in September. And here it is. Gorgeous car. One of the longest lived S-Class cars. Went from 1979 to 1991. There was two generations. The first generation, this car platform, 79 to 85, and then 86 to 91, it was the second gen with updates. But basically the same vehicle. This is, in my opinion, the more handsome European version, with the solid lights that didn't become available really in North America until the later years, and the slimmer bumper. Still has the older alloy wheels from the 70s. That's one of the big tells when you look at these cars, and I think the cladding got a little bit smoother, but pretty much the same vehicle. The 500 had the 5-liter V8, but they also had a 380 V8, so a 3.8 liter, a punched out 3.5 liter from the previous. They had some issues with that motor. They went to full aluminum heads and block, no cylinder liners. They used that hardening process on the cylinder liners, kind of like Nicocell process, where they kind of made that aluminum alloy a lot stiffer and handle the combustion chamber a lot better with the pistons and the wear factors and things like that. So that was kind of cool too, kind of noteworthy. But the 3.8 liter V8 was pretty poor performance, very slow. Led to a lot of gray market imports, which was an official import from Mercedes. Kind of the dealers would go ahead and do the Fed regulation upgrade to the larger 8 cylinders. But the 500 was available, and then it went to the 560 after the second gen, so you had even a bigger motor. Again, this is the shorter wheelbase of the two. SEL would have had a much longer back door. Let's take a look at the inside. I didn't touch this one up. I didn't change any of the colors. When you look at this vehicle online, the blue looks very dark, but it does have a nice grayish blue color to it, and I think it looks very good. I didn't do any touch up on this car. The only thing I did do was adjust the width of the rear track. It was sticking out just ever so much, so I brought those wheels in a little bit. The other thing that they did differently from the W116 is this is Tampo work. It is not chrome transfer stickers, so even though this is probably more durable if you handle the car, it doesn't look as good. The taillights look okay back here, still a little dark on the amber portion, but it's much more pronounced up front. I think after this car gets filmed, I might try to disassemble the headlights, and you can lighten that by just running some try it with alcohol, rubbing alcohol first, and see what that does, and then maybe just a little bit of acetone or nail polish remover sometimes will lighten that up. We've done that with green light. That's just depending on if those lenses are actually molded the color or they're painted. My with these lower productions, being able to just mold plastic in one color, basically the clear plastic, and being able to paint it is cheaper than buying the different plastic colors. So I'm hopeful that it's just painted on there. We'll find out. Same disc brake style. It rides on the post on this wheel. It kind of just fits over it like a collar, and it stays fixed. So when you spin the tire, it looks like it's fixed disc brakes. Very cool. Again, model car group, fixed body, but good deep relief detail on this. I was excited. Really, another favorite of mine is this Mercedes, this body style. This is the one I saw most of the time, especially because of the long production history, but we would see these all over the place growing up. And all told, it reached almost, 900,000 plus units. They also had, two wheelbases and a two-door coupe. So that's really cool as well. Just an awesome vehicle. Same type of packaging. This one actually comes with a base. A lot of model car group cars are just kind of all plastic with a cardboard exterior, but this one has the base. Let's see. There we go. So it has the plastic base, and this is the information on the back. These are mostly available for price comparisons on eBay, but you can sometimes find them from some separate carriers. This car seems to be more like a car that's stocked overseas more than the North American. They have, the Lincolns were the ones I saw the most that would be available through a U.S. dealer. Let's look at that grill real quick before we sign off. So I think, not having to engineer opening doors and moving suspension and engines gives you a well-priced diecast that looks very, very accurate. And if you're looking at this car, besides how dark those are, look at the headlights. So this is what draws me to these vehicles. I really like collecting the model car group vehicles. And what's really cool is they're going to be making the Pullman limousine in the 1/18 scale in 3 colors. I believe blue, white, and black. I'm going to try getting the black one. It's going to be about the same price, even though it's a much bigger car than this. So my Mercedes collection is growing, and I'm happy about that. We're going to be looking at cars in the future too, so stay tuned. Appreciate all the new subscriptions, thumbs up, comments, and the loyal viewers and subscribers. I appreciate you all too. I know that you watch all the different content. This channel is trying to be most of the model cars and scale cars and motorcycles and whatever else I come across. It's not going to be just one scale, so sit tight and enjoy. Hope everybody's been having a good day today, and more to come. Till next time.